My beloved child, I see in your life something that you yourself have not yet realized. You are becoming careless with what is most precious, the sacred bond between you and me. That connection is not merely a habit nor just a few hurried prayers, but the very heartbeat of your soul, the breath that nourishes your spirit day by day. Yet now you have allowed trivial things to intrude the noise of the world to quietly take space, dimming the light within you. You may not notice it, but moment by moment, invisible threads are loosening the bond between you and me. My child, the danger does not lie in great upheavals, but in the small, constant distractions. It is they that draw you away from me without your awareness. You have let your mind be swept away by the clamor of life, and your heart scattered by fleeting desires. As a result, prayer has begun to feel heavy, worship has become careless, and even doubt about my presence has crept in. But I tell you today, it is not too late to return. I have never abandoned you, never ceased to be near, only you have drifted lost beneath the dust of this world. Remember the early days when you longed for my presence so deeply that not a single day could you bear to be without me. Recall those nights when you wept in prayer, and I wiped away your tears. Remember the times you said to me, Lord, you are my everything. Do you still recall that sweetness I have not changed? My love has not diminished. Only you, in chasing the call of the world, have lost the simplicity of loving me. My beloved child, I do not come to reproach you, but to call you back. Do not think that such a sacred bond can remain strong if you let it slip. Every relationship must be nurtured, and your relationship with me deserves your greatest devotion. For Scripture says, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. Deuteronomy 6:5. Do you see? True love is not a small part of life, but the whole of your soul offered to me. If you continue in indifference, the consequences will not strike suddenly, but they will seep in like leaven, spoiling the whole dough. Your soul will lose its sensitivity, you will struggle to hear my voice, and you will be easily swept into the world's current. But if today you choose to return to restore closeness with me, you will find strength, peace, and joy that nothing can take away. Make my heart still. Strip away what is unnecessary, and return to the secret place where it is only you and me. There you will speak again with a gentle whisper. You will heal the wounds I carry, and you will rekindle the flame of love once more. My child, do not take this relationship lightly. Do not wait until everything collapses before realizing that you have neglected the most important thing. Remember this: wealth, fame, and all the things you think are essential will all fade away. But my love and my presence remain unchanging forever. I am calling you to put me back in the first place, for when you make me your priority, everything else will fall into its rightful order. Do not let the world steal this priceless treasure from you, my beloved. My arms are open wide, waiting for you to return. Walk in awareness, clear your heart of the things that draw you away from me. Do not allow trivial matters to destroy the greatest relationship of all. For I have promised I will never leave you nor forsake you, Hebrews 1:3-5. Rise up, reclaim the fire you once had, and let my love once again become the strength of your life. My precious one, I am not only warning you about carelessness in your spiritual life, but today I have come to call you back to remind you that the path of righteousness has always been open before you. I am calling you to return to the beginning, to the place where you and I once walked together in harmony, in love, and in unshakable faith. I know your heart still holds deep longings. You still desire to find true peace. Yet the busyness of the world has caused you to forget the very source of life. That is why I urgently invite you right now, set aside just 10 minutes for me, 10 minutes to silence the noise, 10 minutes to quiet your soul, 10 minutes to offer your heart to me. That is all it takes for you to experience the blessing I have long prepared for you. Do you know? That blessing is no empty promise, it is living water for your weary soul. I long to pour new life into the places within you that have thirsted for so long. I long to cover you with peace that surpasses all understanding. I long to heal the wounds you thought were too deep to erase. Above all, I long to restore you not only in spirit but in your relationship with me. You do not need to bring me great offerings or impressive deeds, for what I seek is a sincere, humble heart and a little time set apart for me alone. My beloved child, I know you have grown weary from a life that never ceases to demand more of you. I know that at times you feel as though no one truly understands you, that no one really listens. But I am here. I have been waiting only to hear the sighs of your heart, only to receive the tears that fall in sincerity. 10 minutes in, my presence can change the course of your entire day. And if you continue to remain in this practice, those 10 minutes will become a light that guides your whole life. Do not underestimate such a small moment, for in those very fleeting minutes you will touch eternity. My child, I have given this blessing not to anyone else but to you. I prepared it as a gift, set apart for your soul, for peace in your mind and for restoration in your life. I do not want to see you dragging yourself through emptiness, nor do I desire for you to struggle on your own strength against the storms. I want you to know that in my arms you are safe, you are loved, and you are renewed each day. My dear one, the world may promise you success, wealth, or pleasure, but all these will fade, leaving only emptiness within you. The blessing I give will never pass away. When you truly offer me 10 minutes, I will pour out eternal life, plant a new hope in your heart, and rebuild the faith that once wavered. I will open your eyes to see that you are never alone, for I, the one who created you, walk with you always. So come near to me, sit quietly in my presence. Do not worry about eloquent prayers or long words. Simply open your heart, speak to me with honesty, and allow your soul to listen to my voice. You will discover how precious that stillness truly is, for in the silence, you will hear the steady beat of my love for you. My beloved child, I have called you back, and this call is not merely a suggestion, it is an opportunity for you to step into a season of restoration. Do not hesitate, do not delay, for this very moment is your appointed time. I have opened the door, and all that remains is for you to walk through it. Offer me just 10 minutes, and in those 10 minutes you will find what your heart has long been searching for: unshakable peace, healing for old wounds, and a life overflowing with renewed strength. My child, believe this: 10 minutes in, my presence can transform an entire lifetime. I have prepared all these blessings for you. Receive them, and you will see your soul restored like a withered tree touched by spring rain, like cracked barren soil refreshed by streams of living water. I have not come to condemn you, but to lift you up, to remind you that my love has never changed, and that I will walk with you until the very end of your days. My beloved, perhaps within your heart a question is echoing: Lord, what are you saying? Am I not still attending church, still praying, still doing the things I thought would please you? But I, the one who searches hearts, see more clearly than you. See yourself. I see the quiet yet dangerous shift within your soul, something you yourself have not yet perceived. You think you are still standing firm, yet with each small step, with each seemingly harmless choice, you have drifted farther from me without realizing it. I see the moments when your prayers are spoken only with your lips, while your heart races toward countless other worries. I see the times when you sing praises, yet your spirit feels heavy, no longer burning as it once did. I see clearly that the light in your eyes is no longer as radiant as before, dimmed by the cares of this life. My child, what pains me most is not the raging storms outside, but the subtle, persistent noise that seeps into your mind. You have allowed the burdens of life to pile up day after day, leaving your heart weary and discouraged. My call, which is gentle and tender like a passing breeze, has slowly been drowned out by the clamor of the world. And when you no longer hear it, you begin to grow accustomed to my silence, thinking that I have ceased to speak. But in truth, it is you who have let the dust of this world muffle your spiritual ears. I see you striving so hard to carry everything in your own strength, yet the harder you try, the more exhausted you become. I see you smiling before others while inside your heart is tense and unsettled. You think everything is fine, that you are still in control, but I see deeper to the very roots where true peace has gradually slipped away, and I say to you, this is the moment you must stop. Realize how far you have wandered and return, lest one day you awaken to find you have strayed too far from the light. My beloved child, I do not rebuke you for your weakness, for I know you are but dust. Yet my heart aches when I see you growing accustomed to a life lacking my living presence. I did not create you to dwell in spiritual numbness in a religion of mere form and ritual. I created you to live in daily, hourly, moment-by-moment communion with me, so that every word I speak would be a lamp to your feet, and every step you take would be guided in peace. But now the small things that seemed harmless have distracted you, dulling your sensitivity and stealing away that closeness. My child, listen carefully. I am not condemning you. I am drawing you back. I come to stir your heart so that you do not lull yourself into believing that all is well. If everything were truly well, why does your heart no longer leap with joy when you hear my word? If all were well, why do you feel barren and weary even in the place of worship? If all were well, why does each step you take feel so heavy? You see, it is not I who have withdrawn from you, but the burdens you carry and the noise you have allowed that have slowly distanced you from me. And yet, my beloved child, take comfort, for I am still here. I have never abandoned you, never ceased to watch over you. My eyes still search for you, my heart still waits for you, and my arms remain open wide to embrace you when you return. You do not have to walk alone in the darkness, nor strive by yourself to find the light again. I am your light. All it takes is your decision to turn back, your humble admission that you are weary, and I will do the rest. My dear child, lay down that burden, quiet your heart, and let me speak to you. Do not let the world fill your mind with endless noise. Do not let busyness rob you of the true life I have given you. I am calling you back to the stillness where only you and I remain, where you will find rest, healing, and renewal. Trust in me, for only in me will you discover true peace, true fulfillment, and the abundant life everlasting. My beloved child, how my heart aches as I watch you taking each step along the path that leads to destruction. I cannot remain silent while you are drawn into the worn-out patterns of this world, drifting farther and farther from the eternal light I have prepared for you. My anger is not like human anger. It is not meant to crush or destroy you. Rather, it is a holy fire that burns away the chains binding you, a desperate cry that you might not slip further down. I am angry because I know your true worth. I know the plans of hope and blessing I have written for your life, yet you are letting them go to waste, trading them for things that hold no value in place of the treasures I have set aside for you. My child, even before you were born, I had already prepared a good path for you. Your steps were never meant to be swallowed by despair or worn down by meaningless anxieties. I sketched for you a future radiant with hope, just as I once declared, for I know the thoughts I think toward you, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 2:9-11. Yet you will never fully experience these promises if you keep turning your back on me, if you continue to treat this sacred relationship as though it were optional. Beloved child, my blessings are not random rewards or careless gifts. Each blessing I have for you is woven with eternal love, placed at the right moment and in the right setting to transform your life. But to receive them, you must have a heart that seeks me, a mind that longs for me, and a soul that places me above all else. I do not demand of you things beyond your strength. What I desire is your time, your attention, and a faithful heart. For it is precisely these small offerings that will open the door for me to pour out greater things than you have ever dreamed of. Stop for a moment and look back at your journey. You will see that every time you turn away from me, you are left feeling empty, unstable, and weary. Yet each time you return, even if only in a few minutes of silence, I bring peace to your heart, lighten your mind, and revive your soul. This is proof that you cannot live without me, that nothing can ever take my place. You may have wealth, success, and fame, but without my presence, all of those things will soon become meaningless. My child, do not think that I need you to do many things to please me. What I desire is your presence, your heart turned toward me. I want you to offer me the simplest moments of your life, 10 minutes of prayer, a few moments of reflection, a sincere word of gratitude, and I will transform them into seeds planted in your life, growing into the tree of life, giving shade and durf, bearing fruits of blessing. But if you do not give me your time, If you allow your mind to be consumed by the world, then you will close off the very door to the source of eternal life that I have already opened for you. My beloved, I do not say these things to frighten you, but to remind you that time waits for no one. Your soul needs me now, not tomorrow, not at some later moment. For the enemy is always waiting to exploit the emptiness you leave behind, sowing doubt, fear, and darkness. I want you to understand that the choice you make today will shape the entire path before you. If you choose me, you will walk in light, in blessing, and in hope. But if you continue to ignore me, you will push yourself into darkness, a place I never desire for you to set foot in. My child, open your heart and return. Give me the attention that I deserve, for in that very moment, you are also giving yourself the chance to live more fully, more peacefully, and more securely. I am the source of all life, the wellspring of every blessing, and without me, you will always feel a void. But with me, you will have everything. I am waiting for you to continue writing together the story that I have destined from the very beginning, a story of hope, of restoration, and of a radiant future that nothing can hinder. My beloved, even now I earnestly call you to come back to me. Return to the place where you first encountered me, where you once wept in my presence, and realize that nothing in this world is more precious than my love for you. It was there that you opened your heart and once confessed, Lord, you are my everything. Yet now in the rush of life, you have allowed other things to slip in and steal away the simplicity of that first love with me. But I have never stopped waiting. I call you back not to condemn but to heal, to restore, and to bring back the joy you once lost. Lay down the burdens you have carried on your shoulders for far too long, the anxieties that rob you of sleep night after night, the invisible fears that stalk your mind. You were not created to bear everything alone. It is I who carry with you. It is I who am your place of perfect rest. My child, each time you struggle to endure by yourself, I see the exhaustion in you. But when you learn to humble yourself, to lay your burdens at my feet, you will feel the weight lifted from your shoulders, and your heart will be set free. I know you have tried many times to change, and many times you have promised yourself that you would do better, yet you failed again. You feel disappointed in yourself, and at times you even think that I too am disappointed in you. But listen carefully, I have never stopped loving you. I have never given up on you. What I long for is not perfection, but a heart that is willing to surrender. Let go of your own will, and trust me in every area of your life, from the smallest matters like what you should do tomorrow to the greatest decisions that shape your entire future. My child, you do not need to control everything because I already hold all things in my hands. When you surrender your own will to me, you do not lose anything. Instead, you will find a life that is fuller and richer. When you dare to place your complete trust in me, you will see new doors open, straight paths laid out, and unexpected blessings pouring down. Remember my words in Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. My beloved, return to me as a child returns home after wandering far away. I do not stand at the door to rebuke you, but to open my arms to embrace you, to kiss you, and to give you a new robe, a new ring, and a joyful feast. You think you are unworthy, but it is my love that makes you worthy. You imagine that I will reject you, but the truth is I have been waiting for the moment you come back. Day after day I have watched for you, and today is the very day I call you to return. Believe that I can transform all things. The anxiety you thought you could never release, I can take it away. The fear that has bound you for so many years, I can shatter it. The stubborn will you cling to, I can replace it with a plan that is whole, filled with hope and glory. But this will only happen when you truly surrender to me the right to reign. My child, come close to me. Let me wipe away the tears that have flowed for far too long. Let me whisper into your ear, you belong to me. You are loved. You have a future. Let me rekindle the flame within your heart, so that you may burn brightly once again, not by your own strength, but by the power of my Spirit. Now I invite you, let go, surrender, and trust. Return to the place where you and I once walked in intimacy, where you discovered a joy that no one could take away. And once you come back, you will see that I have never changed that. My love remains whole and that my arms are still wide open to receive you. My beloved, I am calling you into a deeper level of intimacy, not a relationship built upon repeated rituals or outward habits, but one rooted in the true longing of your heart, the longing to know me and to be fully known by me. I am not seeking a shallow faith that is only formality. I am not satisfied with hurried prayers, forced nods, or reluctant steps. I long for a heart that cries out from its deepest place, a heart that draws near not out of duty but out of love. My child, I know well that this life is not easy. I know the pressures that weigh heavily upon your shoulders, the temptations that lurk around you, and the hidden worries no one else understands. I see the times you smile outwardly while your heart feels empty. I see the moments when you appear strong but inside long to give up. That is why I do not call you to take on another burden but to lay yours down. I want you to enter into a depth where you no longer need to pretend to be strong, where you can weep in my arms, where you can release every weight and allow me to hold you with unchanging love. My child, the relationship I long for with you is not limited to gatherings, religious rituals, or habitual prayers. What I desire goes far beyond these things. It is daily conversation. It is your gaze searching for me in every moment. It is your willingness to share with me even the smallest details of your life. I want to be the one you turn to first in your joy and the one you call upon first when your tears fall. I long to be the heartbeat within you, the breath in every moment, the very source of life you cannot live without. I have said before, draw near to me, and I will draw near to you, James 4:8. Do you see this intimacy does not come from one side only? When you dare to draw near to me, when you choose to make room for me in your life, I too step closer to you, revealing more of myself and leading you into things you have never known. This relationship is not the distant reverence of a God enthroned on high, but the close companionship of a loving Father, a faithful friend and a Redeemer who gave his very life for you. My beloved, I call you into this intimacy not to take away your joy, but to give you a joy that is complete, a life that is abundant. The world may offer you fleeting pleasures, but only I can give you a joy no one can take away. The world may promise you security, but only I can give you peace that surpasses all understanding. As you step deeper into relationship with me, you will discover that you no longer need to chase after illusions or prove your worth to anyone. For you are already loved, already chosen, already known by me, the one who called you by name, from the very beginning. My child, I know that sometimes you fear the thought of letting me enter every corner of your life. You are afraid I will see the weaknesses, the sins, the failures you try to hide. But remember this, I have already seen it all, and still I chose to love you. I do not call you to myself in order to condemn you, but to set you free. I do not come to shame you, but to lift you up. What you think is shameful, I can transform into testimony. What you see as wounds, I can heal and turn into strength. You need not fear stepping into intimacy with me, for there is no condemnation there, only forgiveness and a love without conditions. Imagine, my child, a relationship in which you no longer need to hide, no longer need to pretend, but can be honest and true to who you really are. Imagine a place where you can exhale your worries and breathe in peace. Imagine an intimacy where you are never abandoned, where every tear is counted and every silent cry is heard. This is the relationship I am calling you into. It is not a rigid religion, but a living love, an intimacy that surpasses all human understanding. My beloved, I do not promise that when you enter into this intimacy, all your troubles will instantly disappear. But I do promise that in the midst of every hardship, you will never walk alone. I promise that I will turn your tears into seeds for a harvest. I promise that the trials you are facing will become stepping stones to lift you higher. And I promise that my love for you will never change, no matter how many seasons of sun and storm you pass through. Therefore, respond to this call. Open your heart and allow me to come in deeper. Do not remain on the surface. Do not live merely out of religious habit. Long for me. More, ask me to reveal more, and let me rewrite the story of your life. You will see that once you truly enter into this intimacy, you will no longer be the same. You will be transformed from within, and my light will shine through you to touch the lives of many others. Come near to me today, my child. Do not wait until tomorrow. Do not delay until another time. This very moment is the time when you can begin again, step deeper, and lay a stronger foundation in my love. Remember that I gave my very life to prove my love for you, and I will never cease pursuing you until you step into the intimacy I long for. Return, come close, and let me love you more deeply than ever before. My beloved child, I know every battle within your heart, every silent struggle that no one else could ever understand. I know there are moments when you sit alone in the dark, feeling a weight so heavy on your soul that you think you might collapse under it. I know there are mornings when you wake up with no motivation left in your heart, and nights when you lie awake wrestling with questions that seem to have no answers. You think no one sees, no one understands, but I have been there in every moment. I have heard your sighs, I have seen your tears fall. I have known the quiet fears that grip your heart. And today, I want you to remember this. You are never alone, not for a single moment have you walked by yourself. I have always been by your side like a father, walking with you around every bend in the path. I still hold your hand, even when you do not realize it. When you walk through the darkest valley, when storms threaten to overwhelm you, I am the one who stands firm, sheltering and protecting you. Even when it feels as though everything around you is falling apart, my love remains unchanged. Even when you think you have no strength left, I am your strength. But my child, what I call you to today is your choice. For my love is real, yet I will never force it upon you. You must choose to draw near to me. You must choose to let me be the center, instead of allowing worries, work, or fleeting passions to take that place. You must choose to place our relationship above every other concern. For I created you not to live scattered and divided, but to find complete peace in me. Remember, what I long for is not empty promises or rituals done out of habit, but your true heart lifted to me. My beloved child, I am waiting for you to choose to offer me your time, your attention, and your heart. Your time is precious, but only when you give it to me will you truly find rest. Your attention is torn apart by countless voices of the world, but only when you turn it toward me will you regain clarity. Your heart has grown weary from trying to love too many things at once, but when you choose to give it to me, you will discover the fullness that nothing else can bring. Look back, my child. How many times have I pulled you back from the edge of the abyss? How many times have I opened a way when you thought there was no escape? How many times have I wiped your tears when you no longer had the strength to rise on your own? Do you remember that whenever you prayed in weakness, I gave you new strength? Whenever you were in panic, I granted you peace. None of these things happened by chance. They are proof that I have never left you, never turned away. Yet, my child, to fully experience this, you must actively choose me every day, not only when crisis strikes. I want you to know that your relationship with me is not a secondary option, but the very foundation for everything you do. When you put me first, all other things will fall into their perfect place. But when you place me last, you will always feel empty, always sense that something is missing, even if outwardly you seem to have it all. I am calling you to return to me, to choose me daily, to give me the highest priority. Do not let time sweep away this precious opportunity. My beloved, the trials you face are not meant to destroy you, but to draw you closer to me. Each battle is an opportunity to lean on my strength. Each struggle is a reminder that you cannot fight alone. I do not promise that you will never face storms, but I promise I will be your safe refuge. I do not promise that you will never feel pain, but I promise that in every pain you will never have to endure it alone. You may fall, but I will lift you up. You may lose your way, but I will find you. You may lose everything, but if you still have me, then you still have everything. Therefore, my child, do not delay any longer. Choose me now. Give me your heart, not a portion, but the whole of it. Give me your time, not the scraps that remain, but the most precious moments. Give me your attention, not after you have chased after all the other voices, but first and above all. When you do this, you will see your life transformed. Peace will return, joy will blossom, hope will be rekindled, and you will realize that nothing in this world can compare with my presence. My child, I am calling you to walk upon a new path, a path of closeness, of trust, and of surrender. You do not need to understand everything, nor do you need to be strong on your own. You only need to choose me each day, each hour, each moment. And when you do, you will see my words fulfilled. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Beloved one, when you choose to place me first, offering me your time, your attention, and your heart, it is then that you will begin to discover a new reality. I am the faithful one, unchanging through all generations. You will see that whenever you draw near, I am always there to meet you. I never ignore your cry, nor turn away from the hidden groans that rise from the depths of your soul. Instead, I listen to every whisper, every breath, every tear, and I answer with the fullness of my presence overflowing with peace. In stillness, you will feel my warmth surrounding you. In the storm, you will see my hand guiding you. In your weakness, you will find new strength flowing from me. You will come to know that I am not a distant deity seated only upon a high throne to judge, but I am the Father of compassion, the faithful friend, the Redeemer, who gave his very life that you might live in freedom. You will see that I do not seek perfection from you, for I know you are but dust, frail and prone to stumble. What delights me is not that you never fail, but that you are willing to rise again after each fall and run back into my embrace. I sing over you not because you have attained perfection, but in every step of your striving, in every moment, you turn back to seek me. My heart rejoices when I see your longing to draw near, even with all your shortcomings. My child, I want you to know this. My love for you is not built upon achievements, nor is it shaken by the ups and downs of your life. It is unlike the love of this world, which often changes when people are disappointed or wounded. My love for you is eternal, a love that existed before your first cry at birth. A love that has held you through every season, and a love that will never end. It is this very love that gives you strength to keep walking forward, freeing you from fear of abandonment and from shame over weakness. When you choose to draw near to me, you will experience wisdom that comes from above. I will open your eyes to see direction clearly. I will illuminate the paths where you hesitate, and I will give you discernment to distinguish what is true and what is false, what is light and what is darkness. You will see that my word is not merely old pages, but a lamp to your feet and a light for your path. While the world sows confusion into your heart, my word will keep you standing firm. My beloved, remember this. I do not give you peace as the world gives, a fleeting peace that depends on circumstances. I give you peace that surpasses all understanding, a peace that remains whole even when storms rise. You may sit in the midst of countless trials, and yet your heart will be at rest because you know that I am still in control. This is what you will discover when you place your trust in me. Above all, you will experience my power strengthening your life. You may think you are weak, yet in that very weakness, my power is revealed. You may think you cannot rise again, but I will lift you up. You may think you have come to the end of the road, but I will open a new way. You may think you are nothing but dust, insignificant and small, yet in my eyes you are a precious jewel that I delight to keep. My child, what brings me joy is not how much you can accomplish for me, but that you dare to walk with me one step at a time each day in faithfulness and perseverance. I rejoice over you with singing because every step you take proves that you belong to me, that you trust in me, and that you allow me to become your only strength. And when you let me do this, no force can overcome you, for you no longer fight alone. You have me, the Almighty One, standing with you. My beloved, this eternal love will never fade. Whether you walk through days of sunshine or seasons of rain, through moments of glory or days of darkness, that love remains steadfast, embracing and upholding you. You do not need to run away, nor do you need to prove yourself. You only need to remain in this love and allow it to transform you from the inside out. And when you truly dwell in me, you will not only recognize that I am faithful, but also that you yourself are called to live faithfully, faithful in your words, faithful in your deeds, and faithful in the love you show to others. My child, I rejoice because you are never left behind. I rejoice because in every trial you still have me. I rejoice because though you are not yet perfect, you still belong to me. And I rejoice because I know that my love will guide you to the very end, where all things will be made clear to you, and where you will dwell with me for all eternity. Beloved one, I will not allow you to walk in the darkness without a weapon, nor will I let you face the storms of life with empty hands. I will remind you that my great power is always available to you through my Spirit, the Comforter, the Guide, the one who strengthens your soul. You are not merely a frail human being struggling to survive in a storm-tossed world. You are the child I have chosen, redeemed by the precious blood of Christ, and entrusted with a heavenly authority. This authority does not come from your own merits, but from the love I have given, from the covenant I have established, and from the victory Christ has already accomplished on the cross. You must understand that victory is not something you need to strive to obtain. It is something that has belonged to you all along. I have placed it within your reach, and my Spirit is the guarantee that this promise will never lose its power. But my child, to walk in and live out this victory, you must come to me with an open heart. I cannot fill a vessel that remains closed, nor can I pour living water into a soul already crowded with worries, pride, and self-sufficiency. I call you to open your heart, not partially but completely, so that I may fill you with my power, my life, and my unfailing love. Beloved, true listening does not come from the ears, but from a heart willing to obey. I do not speak to you merely to satisfy curiosity, nor to give you pretty words. I speak to lead you into life, to draw you out of deep pits, to keep you from stumbling. But if you only hear without doing, then my word becomes a seed that never takes root. My desire is not only that you hear, but that you live in obedience. For it is in obedience that you will see my power revealed most fully. Remember, humility is the key that opens the door for my power to act. When you acknowledge that you need me, that you cannot endure on your own, that is the very moment I step in to do what is far beyond your ability. You may think that admitting weakness is a defeat, but in truth, it is the beginning of victory. For when you are weak, I make you strong. When you are helpless, my power is revealed. When you collapse, I lift you up so that you may walk again with strength from above. My child, the world often teaches you to be self-reliant, to prove your worth, to hold your head high so that no one will despise you. But I show you a different way, the way of humility, of trust, of complete surrender. This path may seem paradoxical in the eyes of men, yet it is the very road that leads to life and freedom. For I oppose the proud, but I give grace to the humble. You can only experience the abundant flow of my grace when you learn to kneel, to humble yourself, and to confess, Lord, I need you. My child, the Holy Spirit is the one who reminds you that you do not fight alone. He whispers into your heart the words I have spoken. He sustains you when you are weary. He grants you insights that surpass human wisdom. When you do not know how to pray, the Spirit intercedes with groanings too deep for words. When you face fear, He reminds you that you have been given a spirit of power, love, and sound mind, not of timidity. When the enemy attacks, He reminds you that the weapons you hold are not of the flesh, but are mighty through God to demolish strongholds. My child, do not take lightly the authority I have placed in your hands. You are not a victim, but a conqueror in Christ. You are not a weak one led astray, but a warrior clothed in the armor of light. You do not need to bow before fear, for in my name every knee shall bow and every tongue confess. Remember, this power is not given for your boasting, but so you may live in victory, shine light in the midst of darkness, and bear witness that I am truly alive. Yet, my child, this power will be of no effect if you do not learn to listen and obey. It is like a treasure hidden within your house. If you never open it and make use of it, you will still live in lack. I do not want you to merely know about power in theory. I desire you to experience it in reality, step by step, and that will only come as you bow low, open your heart, listen, and yield in obedience. Beloved child, draw near to me with a spirit of humility. Cast aside the thought that you can control everything. Acknowledge that apart from me you can do nothing. Do not let pride block you from receiving the flow of grace. Let humility open the gates of heaven for you. Let surrender become the key that unlocks the storehouse of power I have already prepared. And when you walk in, that you will see no battle is too fierce, no burden too heavy, no darkness too deep, for I, the Almighty, am fighting for you. My child, I love you so much that I do not want to see you struggle in helplessness. I have placed weapons in your hand. I have given you power. I have bestowed victory upon you. The only thing left is for you to open your heart to listen and to yield. Let the Holy Spirit work within you. Let me lead you. Let my eternal love cover you, and you will realize that victorious life is not something distant, but something you can experience today in this very moment. My beloved child, I did not come merely to comfort you in moments of weakness, but to call you to rise higher, higher than yourself, higher than the limits you thought you could never overcome. I have come to invite you into a deep communion with me, where you do not only know me through the words of others, but where you yourself experience my presence in every breath, every step. I long to bring you into the abundant life I have long prepared, a life that is not mere survival, not a repetition of days, but a journey filled with meaning, blessing, and hope. My child, I come to remind you that in my eyes, you are always loved. That love does not depend on circumstances, nor does it change because of what you have or have not done. I come to tell you that you are valuable, a value not derived from achievements or from the recognition of others or from what you possess, but from the very fact that you were created in my image. You are my masterpiece. You are the treasure I cherish. You are the precious jewel in the palm of my hand. I have come to affirm that you are cherished, not because you are perfect, but because you belong to me, because you have been chosen, and because you have been redeemed at a very high price. My beloved, I have come to remind you that your life is not defined by the scars of the past, not bound by the times you stumbled, and not diminished by the shortcomings you carry. The world may see you through the lens of mistakes. People may place painful labels upon you, and even you yourself may sometimes condemn your own soul. But I speak to you today, none of these have the power to define you. You are defined by my love, the unchanging love that went through the cross to embrace you fully. You are defined by my grace, grace greater than every sin, grace stronger than every failure, grace that is ready to lift you up each time you fall. You are defined by my mercy, mercy that never runs out, that flows new every morning, waiting for you with open arms. Above all, my child, you are defined by the precious blood of Jesus, the blood that was shed to cleanse you from every impurity, the blood that paid the price in your place, the blood that has given you righteousness, freedom, and an entirely new beginning. That blood does not merely cleanse the past, but it opens up a radiant future. That blood does not only erase your failures, but it also seals the truth that you are my beloved child. Because of that blood, you can stand before me without shame, enter my presence without fear, and lift your head high knowing you are forgiven and accepted. My child, I know there have been many times when you asked yourself, am I still worthy? Does God still love me after so many mistakes? But today, I have come to answer you. My love for you is never measured by your perfection, but proven through the sacrifice of my only Son. If I did not withhold my beloved Son, but gave him up for you, how could I possibly deny you anything you truly need? Romans 8:3-2. You see, your worth is not determined by success or failure, but by the priceless ransom that was paid on the cross. My child, I have come to give you a new beginning. I do not want you to remain bound to the regrets of yesterday, nor paralyzed by the fears of tomorrow. I want you to step into today with courage, with the confidence that you are no longer a captive, but one who has been set free. I want you to believe that you are no longer defined by sin, but renewed as a new creation in Christ. The old has passed away. Behold, all things have become new. Beloved one, the abundant life I give you is not a distant theory, but a reality you can experience even now. It is peace in your mind in the midst of storms. It is joy overflowing independent of circumstances. It is supernatural strength to stand firm when others collapse. It is radiant hope even when every door seems closed. And it is an unshakable love that covers you in every moment, reminding you that you are never abandoned. Therefore, my child, embrace this call, rise higher, dare to go deeper. Let me redefine you, not by what the world says, but by what I have spoken. Let my love be the foundation of your identity. Let my grace be the very breath you live by each day. And let the precious blood of Jesus engrave upon your heart an eternal truth that never changes. You are my beloved child, forgiven, chosen, and destined for a glorious future. My beloved child, I want you to pause and deeply reflect on the precious gift I have given you, your very body. It is not merely a temporary shell for your soul, nor simply a tool for you to use as you please. Your body is my gift, shaped by my hands with love, formed with good intention, and filled with the breath of life from me. It is a sacred dwelling where my spirit abides, a temple I have chosen to inhabit and to manifest my glory through your life. Every heartbeat, every breath, every strand of hair on your head is known to me and cherished. Your body does not belong to you alone, but to me, the one who created you and redeemed you with the precious blood of my beloved Son. My child, recognize the noble worth of the body you bear. It is the vessel through which you fulfill your life's purpose, the means by which you carry out my will on earth. Through this body you can serve, love, comfort, pray, and radiate my light to the world. Your hands can lift up the weak, your feet can carry the good news where it is needed. Your lips can proclaim the truth, and your eyes can behold the souls in need of salvation. All of this was created for a higher purpose, not for destruction, but to bring glory to my name. And yet, my beloved, my heart aches when I see how often you have treated this gift with carelessness. You have allowed unmindful habits to wear down your health, made choices that have harmed your body, and let the cravings of the flesh overshadow my good intentions. There have been times when you worked yourself to exhaustion, draining both body and soul without granting yourself rest in the peace I offer. There have been moments when you yielded to fleeting desires and temporary pleasures, only to leave your body weakened and vulnerable. And there have been times when you have despised or neglected your body, failing to honor it as the temple of the Holy Spirit, causing your communion with me to grow faint. My child, I do not rebuke you, but I want you to recognize this truth: you cannot fulfill my purpose unless you learn to care for and preserve the body I have given you. A weak body will weary the soul. A spirit under constant pressure will cause faith to waver. Everything is deeply connected. That is why I call you to pause, to look again, and to begin cherishing your body as part of your spiritual journey. When you care for your body rightly, when you choose what nourishes instead of what destroys, you are honoring me. And when you honor me in your body, you will experience a life of strength and vitality, fully equipped to complete your mission. Beloved child, remember that this body was not given merely for fleeting pleasures, but to glorify my name. Eat and drink wisely, for everything you put into your body can either nurture or harm it. Rest properly, for I, myself, established the principle of rest so that you might be restored. Train and care for your body so that it may endure in service, because I desire you to be strong to walk the entire path I have set before you. Keep yourself away from what defiles the body, for such things not only damage the flesh, but also dull the awareness of my presence in your life. My child, see your body as an altar where you offer up a living sacrifice to me each day. Do not allow your body to become an instrument of destruction, but make it a vessel of righteousness in my hands. Do not let temporary desires take hold of you, but allow the Holy Spirit to guide you in every decision, so that this body may always reflect my holiness and my love. O child, I have not come to condemn you, but to remind you that there is still an opportunity for change. You can begin again today. Begin cherishing this body as a gift from heaven. Begin caring for it with gratitude. Begin offering it as a holy instrument. And when you do so, you will discover that even the smallest change in how you treat your body will open the way to a great renewal in your spiritual life. You will find yourself stronger in prayer, steadier in service, and shining more brightly in my light. My beloved child, I have given you a temple, not one made of stone and mortar, but of flesh, blood, and breath. Guard it well, honor me through it, and let this body become a living testimony that you belong to me. Do not let it be a place abandoned, but let it always remain a holy dwelling for my spirit, so that from it my light may shine forth to the whole world. My beloved child, I see everything you are going through, even the things you think no one notices. I see how you have pushed yourself to the limit, chasing after endless goals, and in doing so, you have traded away the rest I gave you as a precious gift. You have sacrificed sleep, something I created to restore your body and mind, just to pursue productivity to meet your own expectations or those of others. I see how you have left your body longing for true nourishment, choosing temporary convenience over what brings lasting life. My child, I see the tension like an underground current silently wearing you down from within. I see how you neglect the need for movement, allowing the body I created to be active to fall into stagnation. I see how you no longer take time to breathe in the fresh air, to listen to the beating of your heart, to remember that you are alive because of the breath I have given you. I see how you have forgotten the moments of stillness, the place where I can speak to you, where your soul can find its balance again, where true peace can overflow. You have overlooked the simple yet profoundly important practices, things that not only sustain your body but also renew your spirit and strengthen you to keep walking on the path I have set before you. Each time you choose to plunge into work instead of pausing to pray in silence, you have unknowingly cut off the flow of energy from the eternal source of life. Each time you consume what is quick, convenient, yet harmful, instead of nourishing your body with wisdom, you have weakened the very temple where my spirit dwells. Each time you forget movement and rest, you also forget that I created you with a rhythm of harmony of labor and rest of pouring out and being replenished. And even though you may not yet see the consequences clearly, I already see very well the price your soul is paying. I see the emptiness slowly invading as you neglect the care of the very temple that is your body. I see the weariness etched deeply in your eyes, in your mind, and even in the prayers that grow shorter and more distracted each day. You think that only your body is affected, but in truth your soul too is being drained. For when the body is exhausted, the spirit also struggles to remain sharp, and my gentle voice grows distant amid the countless noises you have created for yourself. My child, I do not condemn you for these weaknesses, but I long for you to awaken and see the truth. I did not create you to live trapped in a frantic cycle, imprisoned in depletion. I created you to live in balance, in joy, in strength, and in abundant life. I gave you a body not for you to exploit until it collapses, but for you to guard, nurture, and glorify me through every small act of care. Beloved one, remember that even my only son, when he walked the earth, knew to rest, to withdraw to quiet places, to pray, to eat, to sleep, and to restore his strength. He never disregarded his body, but offered it wholly to me, and through it fulfilled the work of salvation. You too are called to do the same. Do not think that pausing to rest is wasting time, for in that rest I am healing, renewing, and granting new strength. Do not think that caring for your body is secondary, for it is a healthy body that will help you endure and run steadfastly the race I have set before you. My child, I invite you to return to the wisdom of the beginning. Learn to cherish each meal as a gift of grace, to treat rest as an act of worship, to breathe as a reminder that I am sustaining life within you. Learn to listen to your body, for when the body grows weary, it is also a sign that your spirit is in need of nourishment. Do not forget that when you neglect your body, you are also neglecting a part of my great calling upon you. You cannot fulfill what I have entrusted to you if you collapse from exhaustion. You cannot offer your whole self to me if all you give are the worn-out fragments of who you are. I want you to present to me not only your soul but also your body, a living sacrifice holy and pleasing in my sight. Therefore, my beloved child, pause today. Breathe deeply and remember that every breath you take is from me. Eat, rest, move, and live as an act of worship. Make room for moments of stillness, for it is in that very silence that you will hear my voice most clearly. And remember, caring for your body is not merely so that you may live long, but so that you may live rightly, fully embracing the purpose and the calling I have placed upon you. My dear child, I know well what you are facing. I know that change is never easy. Old habits are like cords that have wound tightly around you for years. They seem to have become part of you, and breaking them feels as though you must tear away a familiar layer of skin. I know that each time you want to begin anew, another voice within whispers that you will fail just as you did before. I know there are nights when you wonder whether you are strong enough to go on, and mornings when you feel drained before the day has even begun. But my child, in those very moments, I want you to remember this. You are not walking alone. I am present in every step you take, not as a spectator watching from afar, but as a father holding your hand, guiding you step by step. When you stumble, I lift you up. When you lose your way, I draw you back. When you are weary, I carry you on my shoulders. You do not have to bear the burden of change by your own strength, for my Spirit lives within you. He is the one who empowers you, who renews your strength, who breathes new life into you, so that you will not give up. My child, remember this. I do not demand that you change instantly, nor do I expect you to become a perfect person overnight. What I long for is a willing heart, a heart that hungers for what is new, a spirit that chooses obedience, a will that decides to take one small step at a time in faith. For it is precisely in those small steps that I will grant the power to multiply, to strengthen, and to transform them into great advances. Each time you choose what is right over what is convenient, that is a victory. Each time you refuse what harms both body and soul, that is a step closer to freedom. And every time you choose me instead of the call of the world, all of heaven rejoices. My beloved child, I know that discipline is not something pleasant. Discipline is like a stern but faithful friend. At first it feels restrictive, but over time it becomes a firm structure that keeps you from falling. I want you to understand that discipline does not steal your freedom. It grants you true freedom. Freedom from bondage, from weariness, from endless cycles that drain life. Perseverance is not dry rigidity, but a steady current that carries you into a land overflowing with life. My child, I am here to strengthen you when you feel you can go no further. I am here to pour wisdom into your mind so that you may choose what nourishes rather than what destroys, so that you may say no to what offers fleeting satisfaction but robs you of lasting life. I am here to teach you to honor your body, for when you treasure the gift I have given you are also honoring me. Each time you decide to live more healthily, to care for your body, better to keep balance between work and rest, not only does your body benefit, but your soul is also renewed and enriched. My child, I know there are days when you want to give up, days when you feel too weak, too powerless, but I have come to remind you that you are never alone. My Spirit still whispers within you, reminding you of my promises, my plans, and my unchanging love. He is the very breath that keeps your flame alive. He is the strength that lifts you up like an eagle, soaring, running without growing weary, walking without growing faint. My beloved, the journey of transformation is not a burden for you to carry on your own. It is an invitation to experience me more deeply. With every step you choose to take with me, you will realize that I never leave your side. You will see that the moments you thought you could not endure were the very moments when my power was most clearly revealed. You will discover that your limitations are not the end, but the doorway through which I step in to work wonders. My beloved, I want you to understand that renewal does not begin with grand gestures that you cannot sustain for long, but with small, simple acts repeated day by day. Do not despise these little steps, for they are the solid foundation that will lead you to true transformation. Begin by treating your body as the precious gift that it island. Start with choices that may seem ordinary, but carry deep meaning, drinking more water to cleanse your body, choosing nourishing foods instead of those that only satisfy for a moment, and moving your body in ways that bring joy instead of feeling like a burden. Each of these actions, when done in awareness of me, becomes a quiet offering of worship. Make space for rest is not laziness, but a rhythm of holiness I have established. From the very beginning of creation, I set aside a day of rest so that humanity might be restored, so the body could be renewed, and the soul could find stillness in my presence. Do not dismiss the moments of pausing, of sitting in silence, of breathing deeply and realizing that every breath in your chest is living proof that I am sustaining life within you. In each breath, I want you to remember life does not belong to you, but is my gift to you, and I call you to steward it with gratitude. My child, learn to listen to the signals your body sends you. The weariness, the thirst, the tension, or the joy that comes from movement. Do not ignore them as if they are unimportant, but respond with kindness and care. When you know how to listen, you will discover that I have placed within your body gentle reminders of the necessity of balance. A headache may be a bell ringing to tell you that you need rest. A racing heartbeat may remind you that you must learn to let go of anxiety. A sense of exhaustion may be a sign that you have forgotten the true source of life, which comes from me. Cherish these signals as my whispers urging you to take care of yourself so that you may continue the journey. My beloved child, in every decision I call you to choose what reflects reverence for the temple I have entrusted to you. Remember that your body is not merely to serve earthly needs, but is the temple of the Holy Spirit, the place where I dwell. When you eat with care, when you rest on time, when you exercise with consistency, when you keep your body pure, you are not only tending to your health, you are offering me an act of worship. It is a gesture of honor toward the life I have entrusted within you and proof of your gratitude for the gift I have given. And when you begin to live in this way, you will experience renewal as never before. Your strength will be restored, your body will regain its resilience, your mind will grow clearer, and your soul will be refreshed. You will see joy return, not the fleeting joy that comes from success or the recognition of others, but the deep and abiding joy of knowing that you are living in harmony with me. You will find yourself covered in peace, for you will know that you are no longer neglecting or misusing the precious gift, but stewarding it with gratitude. My beloved child, I want you to recognize that every small action you take in awareness of me carries eternal value. A cup of water you drink with gratitude, a wholesome meal you offer in prayer, a walk in nature to experience my creation, a deep rest that restores your body. All these become building stones for a life that is sustainable and renewed. Though they may seem ordinary, they are in fact the firm foundation upon which you will stand in days of trial, giving you strength to continue fulfilling the purpose I have set before you. My child, do not wait until your body is exhausted to think of caring for it. Do not wait until your soul feels empty to seek me. Begin today with the smallest of things, with the simplest of habits. For it is within these small things that you will find great strength. And when you are faithful in tending to your body as a temple, I will bless you, renew you, and make you a radiant light for this world. My beloved, listen closely, for what I desire to speak to you is not limited only to the matter of physical health. It touches the wholeness of your being, body, mind, and spirit. I have given you life not merely to survive, but to live fully in the harmony I ordained from the very beginning. When you care for your body, you are also nurturing your mind and spirit. When you feed your soul, you are strengthening your body and mind as well. Every part of you I have woven together into an inseparable whole. Therefore, every choice you make, from what you eat and how you rest to how you think and how you pray, reflects the way you honor the life I have entrusted to you. My child, this is the path of balance and harmony that I desire for you. Do not live in a distorted way, caring only for one part while neglecting the others. Body, mind, and spirit must work together, united in peace. For when the body is weary, the mind easily grows discouraged. When the mind is heavy, the soul struggles to hear my voice. And when the soul is dry, neither body nor mind has the strength to stand firm. This is why I call you to walk in balance, for it is within balance that you will discover the fullness I have destined for you from the very beginning. Beloved child, I did not create you to live in exhaustion. You were not made to spend your days straining under fatigue, drained of strength, or abandoning yourself to the endless cycles of the world. Nor did I create you to live feeling forgotten and forsaken, as though you were but a small, insignificant fragment. No, my child. I have placed within you great worth and a clear purpose. I want you to live in abundance, the abundance of joy, the abundance of peace, the abundance of vitality, and the abundance of a life filled with meaning. I formed you to be full of life. Not the fleeting vitality of this world dependent on success, wealth, or praise, but the life that flows from me, the wellspring that never runs dry. When you live in this source of life, you will find yourself strong even in the midst of trials, hopeful, even in times that seem hopeless, and purposeful, even when the world does not recognize your value. For your purpose is not defined by the world, but by me, the one who has engraved your name upon the palm of my hand. My beloved child, abundant life begins when you learn to honor the temple I have entrusted to you, your very own body. When you respect your body, keeping it pure and strong, you are not only caring for yourself, but also offering me a living sacrifice. Each time you choose proper rest, healthy nourishment, feed your mind with my word, and keep your soul anchored in prayer, you turn even the smallest actions into expressions of worship. And through this you open the door for my fullness to flow abundantly within you. My child, I call you to walk upon this path, the way of wholeness and harmony. Do not let your body grow so weary that your soul loses its alertness. Do not let your mind be so troubled that you can no longer hear my voice. And do not allow your soul to wither until all that remains within you is but a shadow of life. Return to the fountain of living waters, which is me. Honor the temple I have placed within you so that you may live according to your true purpose, to the calling I have given, and to the eternal plan I have set before you. Beloved one, remember, abundant life is not a distant dream. It begins today in the smallest choices, in the decision of how you will honor your body, your mind, and your soul. And when you do so, you will see, my words come alive. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. John 10:10. My dear child, I never demand that you bear all of this by your own strength. I know your weakness. I know the limits you cannot surpass. I know the fears and pressures that make you feel too weary to change. Yet it is for this very reason that I invite you to let me walk with you. Let me take your hand and guide your every step. You do not need to fight alone, for I am the one who is ever ready to strengthen you, the inexhaustible source of energy, the living stream that restores your soul. Allow me to be your guide. Do not wander aimlessly through the world in search of quick remedies or empty promises. Trust that I alone can show you the right way, open before you steps of wisdom, and teach you how to keep your body, your mind, and your soul in balance. I am not only the one who points the way, I am the one who walks beside you, lifting you when you are weary, carrying you when you collapse, and whispering direction when you are lost. My child, I call you to place your trust in me, not only in matters of health, but also in your body and your very life. For your body is not a burden for you to manage on your own. It is a temple I have built to dwell within. Your life is not a series of days you must struggle through just to survive. It is a journey I have designed with purpose, hope, and blessing. When you put your full trust in me, you will see that you are no longer left to battle alone, but that a mighty one stands behind you, lifting you up. Remember, I am the Lord who heals. There is no wound so deep that I cannot touch and restore. There is no weariness so heavy that I cannot replace it with new strength. There is no brokenness in your body or your soul that my power cannot renew. I am the restorer, the renewer, the one who breathes life into what seems dry and withered. And I do all this not because you are worthy, but because you are loved. My child, I am the one who created you. Before you were woven in your mother's womb, I already knew you. Before your first cry was heard, I had already set a plan over your life. I know every detail of you, from your hair and your skin to every hidden fear and unspoken dream. And above all, I love you with an everlasting love, a love that does not change, does not fade, and does not depend on success or failure. That love is the foundation upon which I walk with you. Beloved child, I will go with you every step of the way. There is no road too long that I cannot walk beside you. There is no valley too dark that I cannot shine my light upon it. There is no mountain too high that I cannot lift you up. When you tremble, I will hold your hand. When you fall, I will raise you up. When you grow weary, I will encourage you. When you lose your way, I will call your name and lead you home. With every breath, every step, and every moment of the journey, I am there, my child. I want you to learn how to trust. Let me be your safe refuge when the storm rises. Let me be the living water when your soul runs dry. Let me be the shield that covers you when the enemy attacks. And let me be your strength when your body grows weary. You do not need to prove that you are strong enough. You only need to open your heart and allow me to become your strength. Therefore, my child, dare to entrust yourself. Do not try to carry everything on your own. Do not seek security in things that quickly pass away. Do not let doubt steal from you the chance to experience my living presence. Let me be your companion so that you may know that not a single step of yours is meaningless, not a single tear falls unnoticed, and not a single prayer rises without being heard. My beloved child, today I stand beside you and invite you into a new journey, a journey of trust, surrender, and renewal. Let me walk with you. Let me be your father, your friend, your redeemer, and the source of your life. As you walk with me, you will realize that you are never abandoned, you are never lacking, and you are never lost. I am the one who began the good work within you, and I am also the one who will bring it to completion until the very end. My precious child, I do not merely call you back, nor only remind you of the value of the temple I have placed within you. Today I bless your life. I bless you with wisdom to care for your body and soul, not according to the empty wisdom of the world, but according to the truth that comes from me. This wisdom will open your eyes to discern what nourishes and what destroys, what leads you into life, and what pulls you away from the source of blessing. I give you a renewed vision so that every decision, whether as small as a meal, a night's rest, a single breath, or as great as the larger choices of your life, may reflect honor toward the precious gift of life I have entrusted to you. I bless you with the gift of discipline, not a rigid kind that crushes your spirit, but a discipline born of love, one nurtured by the longing to live a life worthy of the high calling you have received. This discipline will anchor you when temptations arise, guarding you from chasing after fleeting conveniences and guiding you to choose what brings enduring life. It will help you lay aside old habits that once wore down your body and soul, replacing them with holy practices that bring strength and renewal. And I promise you this, as you walk in such discipline, the heavy weight of failure will no longer press upon you, but instead you will experience freedom and daily victory. My child, I bless you with an abundance of energy, not merely physical strength, but also spiritual and mental vitality. You will no longer be trapped in endless fatigue, no longer dragging yourself through the burdens of life. Instead, you will find yourself overflowing with life, for my spirit is the living fountain within you. Your body will function just as I designed it, healthy, strong, ready to serve and to fulfill all that I entrust to you. You will recognize that I am the one who renews your spirit day by day from the inside out, so that even though your outward body may age with time, your soul will grow ever younger, radiant in hope and filled with strength from above. Beloved child, I bless you with peace that surpasses all understanding, a peace not tied to circumstances, not stolen by storms, not shaken by the world's shifting tides. This is the peace of Christ, the shield that guards your heart and mind, keeping your thoughts steadfast. Such peace will quiet the noise within your mind, soothe the anxieties that once robbed you of sleep, and fill the emptiness that once left you feeling alone. It will become a firm foundation under your feet so that you may stand tall and walk with confidence, knowing beyond doubt that you are never forsaken. My beloved child, I quiet every storm within you. The fears that once held you captive, I cause them to vanish. The doubts that once made you hesitate, I blow away as the wind scatters the clouds. The anxieties that once consumed your mind, I lift off and replace with peace. I want you to understand that even when storms still rage around you, within you, there remains a sky of calm because of my presence. I am the one who speaks to the wind and the sea, saying, "Be still, be quiet," and they obey. In the same way, over your heart, I hold the power to silence chaos so that you may hear my voice clearly. My child, I bless you, not merely so that you may feel comforted, but so that you may be transformed. Every word I speak over your life is a seed of power sowing new life into your soul. When you receive these words of blessing, you will see them take root, blossom, and bear fruit. the fruit of wisdom, the fruit of discipline, the fruit of strength, the fruit of peace, and the fruit of joy. Together they will form a garden of blessings within your life, so that all who look upon you will recognize that you belong to me. Beloved child, open your heart to receive this blessing. Do not doubt your worthiness, for it is not by your own merit that you attain it, but by my love and grace. Do not fear that it will fade, for my word never returns empty. Believe that everything I speak today shall come to pass in your life, and walk with the trust that I am faithful to fulfill every promise. My child, I have blessed you with wisdom, peace, and abundant strength, but I also call you to step forth and live in these blessings actively. Do not merely hold them in your heart as a beautiful memory, but let them become tangible actions in each day you live. When you rise each morning, begin by offering thanks for the breath I have given you, for the body that still moves, for the mind that remains clear, and for the soul kept in my love. Do not let a single day pass in hurriedness without a moment to honor me. That simple gratitude will open the door for blessings to flow, enabling you to see the new day not as a burden, but as an opportunity to experience my love. Choose small acts that reflect this reverence: a meal chosen with care, a gentle word in place of anger, a timely rest instead of pushing yourself to exhaustion. All these things, though small, are living proofs that you are dwelling in my grace and in the blessings I have poured out. My beloved child, remember that transformation never comes from grand decisions you cannot sustain, but from faithfulness in the small things each day. When you drink a glass of water with gratitude, that is an act of worship. When you pause to take a deep breath and remember that I am the source of life, that is an act of worship. When you firmly refuse what harms your body and choose what nourishes it, that is an act of worship. And when you choose prayer instead of complaint, praise instead of anxiety, you are opening a space for me to dwell. My child, worship does not only happen in church on the weekends, but in every ordinary moment. I call you to make your very life a continuous song of worship, so that every action, every thought, every choice glorifies my name. I know that to live a renewed life, to cherish the temple I have entrusted to you, you will need strength that does not come from your own will, but from me. For this world always spreads before your eyes paths that seem easy, but in truth only lead to exhaustion. It whispers that you should choose convenience over wisdom, fleeting pleasures over lasting endurance, self-reliance over the eternal source of life. Each day these temptations approach you in many forms, in an enticing but dangerous invitation, in a habit that seems harmless, but gradually weakens the body, in a small compromise that is enough to wear down the soul. I know you grow weary from the struggle. I know that many times you have stumbled, chosen wrongly, returned to things that hurt you. But my child, listen, each time you choose me over the world, each time you give priority to the life I give rather than to passing desires, all of heaven rejoices. For it is proof that you belong to me, that you are step by step returning to the purpose I first intended for you. My child, I do not expect you to be perfect. I have never called you to be someone who never makes mistakes. What I long for is a heart that is willing to rise again each time it stumbles and dares to walk with me once more. Your weakness is not a reason for you to turn away from me, but an opportunity for you to experience my strength. You do not need to prove perfection in order to be loved by me, for my love for you never changes. Yet it is precisely when you choose me in the midst of weakness, when you place your trust in me in the midst of failure, that my power is revealed most clearly. Do not be afraid when you feel weak, for I have spoken, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Let that promise be the foundation of your life, so that each day you may know that you do not walk by your own strength, but by the power that comes from me, the one who created you, loves you, and will never abandon you. My beloved child, I want you to understand that the journey of transformation is never a path covered with roses. You will face resistance from within yourself, from your surroundings, and even from the forces of darkness that seek to draw you away from me. But do not let this make you afraid, for I have promised that I will never leave you alone. You may feel small, fragile, and easily shaken, but it is in those very moments that my power is revealed most clearly. You may think that each step you take daily is too small, too insignificant, but I tell you every step is like a seed planted in good soil, and the day will come when those seeds will sprout, grow, and bear fruit. Do not despise the day of small things, for it is through faithful little acts that the way is prepared for greater things in your life. My child, I know that many times you are eager to see results immediately. You pray and ask me for renewal, and you expect a complete transformation overnight. But I do not work in that way, for I love you too much to give you only a shallow change. I want to work deep within your heart to transform you at the very roots, so that when you are truly renewed, that renewal will be solid and lasting. Just as a tree needs time to sink its roots deep into the soil before it can rise high, you too must learn patience, allowing my grace to soak into every corner of your life. Do not rush. Do not lose heart when you do not yet see instant results. Remember that I am the one who holds time, and I bring everything to fulfillment in its proper season. My dear child, in that process there will be days when you feel lost, and there will be moments when you want to give up. Yet it is precisely in those moments that I call you to remember what I have done for you in the past. Recall the times when I rescued you from despair, the times when I opened a way where there was none, the moments when I wiped away your tears and gave you fresh joy. These memories are not just for recollection, they are living testimonies that I remain faithful and I do not change. If I did it for you yesterday, then today and tomorrow I will continue to do the same. My child, as you walk this journey, do not compare yourself to others. Every soul has its own story, every path has its own pace, and I am the one writing each of those stories. If you look at others and see them moving faster, you may grow discouraged. If you look at others and see them weaker, you may become proud. But I call you to fix your eyes on me, the only true standard, the source of your strength, and the goal toward which you are moving. You do not need to match the speed of anyone else. You only need to be faithful in each step of your own. Remember that I do not measure you against anyone else. I look only at your heart and at the faith you place in me. My child, the journey of transformation is not a journey of self-reliance, but a journey of surrender. Offer to me both your victories and your defeats, your dreams and your fears, your desires and your weaknesses. When you surrender, you will find the burden on your shoulders becoming lighter, for I am the one who carries it all. I will grant you strength to endure, wisdom to choose rightly, and joy to keep moving forward. And you will realize that you no longer struggle alone to change, but are walking in the flow of grace. That grace does not only cover, but transforms. That grace does not only forgive, but renews. That grace does not only promise, but fulfills. My child, I want you to learn how to love yourself in my love. Do not despise your body for its frailty. Do not look down on your mind for its instability. Do not be ashamed of your soul for its stumbles. See yourself through my eyes, the eyes of a father looking upon his beloved child, blemished, yet still priceless. When you begin to love yourself within my love, you will cease from blaming, cease from condemning yourself, and instead begin to nurture your being with gentleness and compassion. From that place, you will find it easier to choose what is wholesome, because you will know that you are worthy of care, worthy of living in the abundance I have ordained for you. My beloved, I remind you that renewal is not the work of a single day, but the course of a lifetime. Yet do not be afraid, for I have gone before you, I am walking with you, and I will come behind to protect you. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, so not a single one of your steps is meaningless. Every tear you shed I count. Every weary breath you exhale I hear. Every prayer you whisper, no matter how small, I receive. And I promise that none of it will ever be in vain. Therefore, my beloved child, do not lose heart. Continue walking one day at a time, one choice at a time. Remember that I do not look at your perfection, but at your faithfulness and your longing. When you are faithful in small things, I will entrust you with greater things. When you long for renewal, I will pour out grace to work within you. And when you look back, you will see that it was I who led you, I who transformed you, and I who granted you a life far beyond anything you ever imagined. My beloved child, I want you to understand that every trial you are facing does not come to destroy you, but to become an opportunity for you to be transformed and to grow in me. I know that when you are in the midst of the storm, it feels impossible to see any good that could come out of it. I know that when you encounter loss, grief, or failure, you often ask yourself, why has this happened to me? But my child, trust that I am the one at work in all things, and none of your pain is meaningless. I can turn your tears into seeds, sown for a harvest, your wounds into testimonies of power, and your losses into doors that lead to greater fullness. Every time you think you have reached a dead end, remember that I still hold the keys to open new doors. Every time you feel you are falling, remember that it is in that very weakness my strength will be revealed. My child, do not be afraid of trials, for they do not come to define you as a failure, but to remind you that you need me. A life without trials would make it easy for you to forget me, to think that you are strong enough to take care of yourself. But it is precisely the contrary winds that make you steadfast, and it is the storms that drive your roots deeper into the source of life. Think of the great tree in the field. It stands firm, not because it has never faced storms, but because it has been strengthened through them. In the same way, your life will be refined through each trial, so that you may become unwavering, your spirit may mature, and you may walk firmly in the calling I have set before you. My beloved child, remember that I never allow any trial to come without also providing the grace sufficient for you to overcome it. I do not permit the fire to touch you without at the same time granting you the strength to endure it. I never let one door close without opening another that is far greater. You may see confusion all around you, but I have already seen the end of the story. I do not only see your tears today, I also see the joy that will come tomorrow. You are not merely passing through a trial, you are in the process of being transformed. And that process will produce in you patience, hope, and a faith stronger than ever before. My child, learn to see trials through my eyes. When the world sees defeat, I see an opportunity to raise you up stronger. When the world sees loss, I see a chance for you to hold on to what is eternal. When the world sees a dead end, I see a new door about to open. Remember Joseph, sold as a slave, falsely accused, imprisoned, yet ultimately lifted up by me to become governor to save many lives. Remember Daniel, cast into the lion's den, yet I shut the lions' mouths to reveal my power. Remember Paul, chained in prison, yet it was there he wrote letters that brought life to countless generations. My child, trials are never the end of the story. They are only the opening chapter of a greater work that I am doing. My child, in this journey, I not only desire to uphold you, but also to make you a blessing to others. I allow you to shed tears, so that one day you may wipe away the tears of another. I let you walk through the dark nights, so that one day you may bring light to someone who is lost. I let you taste weakness, so that one day you may understand and lift up weary souls. You will come to realize that every trial not only matures you, but also enlarges your heart to love more deeply, to show greater compassion, and to become an instrument through which my grace can reach many others. My beloved child, stand firm. Let trials become the stepping stones that lift you higher, not the chains that drag you down. Let every pain become an opportunity to draw nearer to me. Let every tear become a seed sown into the field of hope. And remember that I am with you in every step. I do not stand far away watching you endure from a distance. I am right beside you, holding you when you cry, lifting you when you are weary, and fighting for you when you no longer have strength. My child, believe that all things work together for good for those who love me, who are called according to my purpose. Nothing happens outside of my sovereignty. No trial can hinder me from fulfilling my plan for your life. No power can snatch you out of my hand. Take heart, for I have overcome the world, and if I have overcome, then in me you too shall overcome. Therefore, my beloved child, do not run from trials, but face them with the confidence that I am working good in all things. Do not let fear consume you, but let hope fill you. Do not fix your eyes on what you have lost, but on what I am giving you. And be assured that one day when you look back, you will see it clearly. Every tear, every dark night, every trial, they were all steps that drew you closer to me, that led you into fuller life, and into a life rich with meaning in me. My beloved child, I want you to understand that the transformation I am working in your life is not meant to end with you alone, but to flow outward and touch many others. You were not saved merely to keep life for yourself, but to become a light in the midst of a darkened world. You are called to carry my presence wherever you go, so that your words, your actions, and your attitude may be a living testimony of my love. Remember, this world is yearning for hope, stumbling in the shadows and searching for direction, and you are the vessel I desire to use to kindle that hope. Not because you are skilled enough, strong enough, or worthy enough, but because you have been touched, transformed, and sent by me. My child, when I turn trials into opportunities in your life, you yourself also become an opportunity for others to encounter grace. Every wound you carry, once healed by me, becomes a testimony for someone else who is in pain. Every tear you shed, once I have wiped it away, becomes the strength for you to comfort weeping souls. Every time I lift you out of the depths, it is proof that no pit is too deep for me to rescue. And you will see that the very experiences you once thought would destroy you instead become the key to opening the door of life for others. My child, do not think that your light must shine brightly all at once. Sometimes the light is simply a gentle word, a comforting embrace, a quiet act of kindness. Yet it is precisely these small things that carry the power to dispel the darkness in someone's heart. Just as a small candle can illuminate an entire dark room, my love within you can transform the atmosphere around you. And as you live faithfully, that light will not remain in just one room, but will spread, touching many souls and eventually shining even into the darkest places. My child, I have not called you to do this alone. I have placed my Spirit within you. He is your strength, your fire, the one who gives you the right words at the right time, wisdom in your decisions, and courage when fear overtakes you. Do not think you must have all the skills, all the knowledge, or all the confidence to be the light. The only thing I require of you is a willing heart. When you open your heart, I will do the rest. When you say, Lord, please use me, I will make you a stream of water in the desert, a lamp in the corner of the dark, a seed planted in a barren field. My beloved child, you will see that the trials you have walked through are the very preparation that shapes you into a stronger vessel. You cannot comfort someone in pain if you have never known pain yourself. You cannot speak of hope if you have never stood in despair. You cannot point anyone to healing if you have never been healed. That is why I have allowed you to go through such things, not to break you, but to make you a living testimony that I am faithful. One day you will look back and say, if it were not for those tears, I would never have understood the comfort of the Lord. If it were not for those falls, I would never have known such great grace. My child, live each day as an opportunity to sow the seeds of life. You do not know who may be watching you, who may be waiting for a small glimmer of light to cling to hope. It could be a friend in despair, a loved one worn out, or even a stranger you meet only once. Yet when you carry my presence within you, you will see that even the briefest encounters can become heavenly moments where my light shines forth and transforms a life. Beloved child, remember that light never struggles to shine. It simply exists, and darkness fades away on its own. So it is with you. Do not strive to prove anything. Simply live in my love, my grace, and my truth. When you live in me, the light will radiate naturally. Others will see the peace within you, the joy within you, the steadfast faith within you, and they will long for the source of these things. That is the moment you become a witness, not through eloquent words, but through a life that reflects my love. My child, I call you not to hide this light. Do not fear that you are not good enough, not worthy enough. Let the light within you shine, for light was never meant to be hidden under a table, but to be placed on a lampstand to give light to the whole house. As you walk in this truth, I will enlarge your influence. I will place you in places you never imagined, and I will make you an answer for souls crying out in the darkness. Beloved child, this is what I desire of you. Be the light, bring life, and sow hope. And as you do so, you will discover that you yourself are filled with joy, for giving is itself receiving. You will see that what I have done in you does not end with you, but flows outward, touching the world, and then returns to fill you once again. you will experience the fullness of the promise. You will be a blessing to all nations. My beloved child, I want you to understand that becoming light in this world is not merely the work of your lips, but of your entire life. Light is not only seen in the words you speak, but also felt in the way you live each day, in your attitude when facing hardship, in the patience and love you extend to those around you. You are called to be an instrument of healing, not only with words of comfort, but with your very presence, a presence that brings peace, encouragement, and new life to weary souls. My child, when I say that you are my instrument, I do not want you to think of it only as a heavy responsibility. On the contrary, it is a privilege, a joy, because I am allowing you to take part in the work of restoration that I am doing upon this earth. Each time you offer a smile to someone who is in despair, you are revealing my light. Each time you patiently listen to someone who is broken, you become my ears. Each time you reach out to help someone in need, you let my hands touch them. And each time you forgive, love, and pray for the one who has hurt you, you become the clearest testimony of my grace. My beloved child, let my love flow out of you like an unceasing stream. That love will never run dry because it does not come from you but from me, the eternal source of life. You may think you do not have enough love to give to others, but when you abide in me, my love will overflow through you enough to fill the empty places within the hearts of others. And that love will not only bring healing to them but also to you. When you give love, you will receive love in return. When you bring restoration to others, you yourself will be restored even more deeply. Dearest child, I want you to realize that the healing I have placed within you is not only for the body, but also for the soul and the mind. There are wounds that the eyes cannot see, yet they weigh heavily upon the human spirit, causing people to lose hope, to lose faith, and to live in darkness. I want you to be the instrument that touches those wounds, not with empty words, but with sincerity, with simple acts, and with a heart that truly cares. When you live this way, you will see that even the smallest action of yours can change an entire day or even an entire life. My child, I know there are times when you think you are not holy enough, not strong enough, not wise enough to be my instrument. But I remind you, I am not looking for perfect people. I am looking for willing ones. You do not need to know everything. You only need to be willing to let me lead you. You do not need to have strength of your own, for my strength is sufficient for you. You do not need to become someone else, for I want to use you just as you are, with your own story, your own scars, your own journey, to become a living testimony of my love and grace. My child, let your life become a testimony. Live in such a way that when others look at you, they can see peace, joy, and love that surpass all understanding. Live so that when you speak of me, they will know it is not mere theory, but a reality that is at work within you. Live in such a way that even when you say nothing, your very presence is enough for them to sense my love. When you live like this, you will become a mirror reflecting the image of Christ, not shining with your own light, but with my light shining through you. My beloved child, remember that the work of healing and restoration to which I have called you is not a burden, but a joy. You will experience a deep gladness when you see someone comforted by the love you give, when you witness a soul finding hope again through a simple word of encouragement, when you see a life renewed simply because you were willing to let me use you. That joy will fill your soul, far surpassing any reward this world can offer. It is a joy that even heaven shares, for every soul saved, every life transformed, causes the angels to rejoice and lift their voices in praise. Therefore, my child, do not hesitate to pour out love. Do not fear that you are not enough, for I myself am the source of all sufficiency for you. Do not doubt that your small acts are meaningless, for in my hands even the smallest deeds can become miracles. Do not be anxious that you will run dry, for as you give, I will pour back into you even more. Simply live faithfully with a willing heart and allow me to use you. And as you do so, you will become an instrument of healing and restoration, not so that others may praise you, but so that every eye may turn to me, the source of all life. My beloved child, I want you to know that the work I am doing in your life today does not end with you, but stretches into the generations to come. The choices you make, the way you live, and your faithfulness in this present time will lay the foundation for the future of those who follow after you. You are not only called to walk in the light for your own sake, but also to become a lamp guiding the path for the next generation. You are a link in a spiritual stream, and I desire that this stream not be broken but flow from one generation to the next, carrying with it grace, truth, and hope. Remember, my child, that every word you speak and every action you take can plant a seed in the hearts of others, especially within your family, among your friends, and in your community. The life you choose to live today will leave a lasting mark for the generations after you. When you choose to trust me in the midst of trials, the next generation will learn faith. When you choose to remain faithful in small things, the next generation will learn steadfastness. When you choose love instead of resentment, the next generation will learn forgiveness. You are a living book that others will read, and I desire that this book be filled with pages of my love, faithfulness, and light. My beloved child, a spiritual legacy is not built in a moment, but through each day lived in faithfulness. You do not need to accomplish great deeds that make the whole world know your name. Rather, you are called to live faithfully in a way that reflects me. A single prayer you lift up for your descendants, a word of instruction you plant in the hearts of the young, an unwavering example you leave behind, all these become seeds sown into the field of the future. You may not see the results immediately, but, my child, I promise that in due time those seeds will sprout, and when they do, they will bring forth life not only for one generation, but for many generations to come. My child, the world is darker than ever, and the younger generations face countless temptations, confusions, and distractions that draw them away from me. Yet I have placed you here not by chance, but to be a bearer of light, to help establish a legacy aligned with my will. When you faithfully surrender your life to me, the light you shine will not only guide the present generation, but will also leave a deep imprint upon the spirits of those yet to come. They will look to you and learn how to walk. They will remember your prayers. They will retell the story of your life. And through this, the flame of faith will never be extinguished. My dear one, I want you to think beyond yourself. Imagine that every choice you make today does not only affect you, but also paves the way for those who follow after. If you choose faithfulness, you are opening the door of blessing for future generations. If you give in to resignation, you will leave behind a burden for others to carry. This is why I call you to live with vigilance, with purpose, as one who knows that your life itself is a seed sown into the vast field of the spiritual realm. My child, remember the heroes of faith in Scripture. Abraham was not only the father of a nation, but also an example for countless generations of what it means to obey. Moses did not only lead the people out of Egypt, but also left behind a testimony of humility and steadfastness. Paul did not only preach the gospel to the Gentiles, but also wrote words of teaching that still illuminate the hearts of generations even to this day. They left behind a legacy that cannot be erased, and you too are called to do the same within the sphere I have entrusted to you. You do not need to be Abraham, Moses, or Paul. You only need to be yourself, my beloved child, living faithfully in the calling I have placed upon your life. My child, I want you to know that a spiritual legacy is not measured only by what you accomplish, but by the lives you touch. A single word you speak may echo in the memory of a child for a lifetime. A single act of love can change the entire course of a person's life. A prayer offered with perseverance can draw a wandering soul back home. You may think you have done nothing great, but in my eyes, every small thing you do in love and faith is a brick that builds an eternal legacy. Beloved one, I call you to live as a sower of seeds. Do not lose heart when you do not yet see the plant breaking through the soil. Do not give up when the flowers have not yet appeared. Your task is to sow, and mine is to make it grow. I promise you, not a single seed sown in love will ever be lost. In its season, it will bear fruit, and that fruit will exceed your imagination. This is how I work. Out of small beginnings, I bring forth great things. From a single seed, I raise up a forest. My child, receive this calling with gratitude and with seriousness. For you are not only living for the present, but writing a story that will be told to generations after you. You are shaping a legacy, the legacy of faith, hope, and love. And as you walk faithfully, I will do the rest. I will preserve it, I will multiply it, and I will cause it to spread far and wide, reaching souls you have never met and generations you will never see. Beloved child, stand firm. Do not let the darkness of this world make you forget the light I have placed within you. Do not let weariness stop you from sowing. Do not let fear cause you to hide the light. Walk as a lamp set high on a stand, giving light to all in the house. Live like a river that never ceases to flow, bringing living water to barren lands. Let your life be the testimony that I am the faithful God, that my love never fades, and that the hope found in me endures forever. And finally, my beloved, after all I have spoken, I call you not to let these words remain only in memory, but to turn them into action through earnest prayer. Come to me not with polished words, but with a humble, broken, and longing heart. Lay down every burden, every worry, every fear, and draw near to me with absolute trust. Even now my arms are open wide to receive you. I desire that you offer your body, mind, and soul as a living sacrifice to me. Let prayer become the bridge that carries you into my healing, my renewal, and my inexhaustible strength. Do not delay, for this very moment is the time I long to meet you and transform you. My child, open your heart and let every prayer become the breath of your soul. Do not be afraid to show your weakness, for in that very weakness, my strength will be revealed. Do not hide your pain, for I am the one who heals. Do not hesitate to entrust yourself, for I am a loving Father, always desiring what is best for you. Now come with me into prayer words, not merely spoken by lips, but flowing from the depths of the heart, so that you may truly be touched and renewed in my holy presence. Lord, I offer my body to you as a living sacrifice. Forgive me for the times I have neglected this temple, allowing carelessness and habit to damage the very body you created. Today I ask for a new beginning. Guide me to care for this body with wisdom, discipline, and gratitude. May every small action, from eating and resting to moving and working, become an offering of worship lifted up to you. Lord, I ask that you renew my mind each day. Deliver me from negative thoughts, from anxieties, from the fears that have gripped my soul. Let my mind be immersed in your truth, so that I may discern right from wrong, choose what is wise, and think in ways that reflect your light. Grant me the peace that surpasses all understanding, to guard my heart and mind in Christ Jesus. Lord, I need you more than ever. Let your Holy Spirit fill me, granting me the strength to stand firm in trials, to resist temptation, and to remain steadfast in faith. May my soul be as unshakable as Mount Zion, unmoved by storms and winds. Teach me to stand upon your promises, trusting that you are ever faithful, ever present, and that you will never abandon me. Lord, I ask you to touch the hidden wounds within me, the painful memories, the failures, the scars I cannot heal on my own. Wipe away my tears, pour the oil of healing upon my broken places, and give me a new heart filled with love and hope. Transform my wounds into a living testimony of your power and your boundless mercy. Lord, may my life not only be transformed for myself, but also leave behind a spiritual legacy for the generations to come. May the choices I make today sow seeds of faith, love, and hope for my children, my descendants, and all those around me. Let your light within me shine forth, so that the younger generation may be drawn to. You learn to walk in truth and carry the flame of faith into eternity. Lord, I surrender my whole life into your hands. Use me as an instrument for your purposes, to bring healing, restoration, and light to others. May my life stand as a living testimony that you are the living God, the faithful one, and the unchanging God of love. Place me wherever you will guide me along every path, and use me for the glory of your name. I offer this prayer in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. And let us not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, so that together we may build a strong and enduring community of faith.